Welcome to another exciting episode of the $1 Million Peddlers. I'm Papergoy.
And I'm Mr. Magazine.
And it's the Hump Day Happy Hour Salute. And today we enjoyed Glen Roth Scott.
I don't know if I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that like I enjoyed an ice pick in the ear.
You did not enjoy that one bit. I think you said you had the shivers after you tried that.
No, the chills, and it was multiplying.
Oh, was it the chills? Okay.
From Greece.
All right. Yes, you're right. You did say that.
All right. We are in uncharted territories right now. Triple J first out the box. I mean, that's unprecedented. I figure he's leaving early then. If you're here early, he's leaving early. It's
I think he's been here since like 5:30.
He's not going to spend like an hour and 10 minutes here. He's too popular.
Do you blame him? I don't want to spend an hour and 10 minutes here. Nothing personal.
I'm going to rattle these off. Lovely Lori's in the house. How's it going? Marvelous Michael's in the house.
Oh, hold on.
Marvelous
Michael. I met Marvelous Michael along with some other people over at the Allentown Paper Show.
Now, was he as marvelous in person as he is here?
I don't want to say anything bad about Michael. Horrible dresser. He was wearing this red hoodie that said Mr. Magazine on it. Walking around doing advertising for Mr. Magazine.
Probably some hotties on each of his,
Exactly. Great guy, though. It's been a while talking to him.
Awesome antiquarian. Dandy Dave's in the house. Popular paper time machine. Hump Day happy fun time. That's the first H comes to my head. Cool Carl's in here as well. How's it going? Jazzy Jeff, like always. And we have Diaper Dan Frisco.
Oh, and actually, Jeff sent me a selfie of himself wearing a Mr. Magazine as well.
All right.
Sweeping the nation.
Nice. That's right.
Fast fashion.
We are going to get some T-shirts at some point this year because it's the warm weather's coming. So the hoodies come off, and we're going to get the T-shirts on. So we're gonna order a lot more. So start throwing your sizes in and give me a month or so, and we'll get it going.
Nice. Look at you.
Nice note. And my account said I need some write-offs, so let's do it.
There you go.
Nice Novas in the house. Marvelous Mr. Hot Wheels as well. Yeah, awesome. Aaron Whitmore. Long time no see. This guy lives, I don't even know. I still don't know what state he is. He's one of my closest buddies, and I still don't know where he lives. But anyways, I see him more than I see you sometimes, I think, honestly. He's driving all over the country, multiple road trips, but the guy's great. I love him. All right, next up. Delightful Dawn is in the house. I said Delightful Dawn, and I didn't even look at it. That's messed up.
Isn't that like Seinfeld? You can't make your own nickname up with George?
Well, Dawn can, but they can't. Certainly not. Yeah. Cool Carl's in the house?
Not yet. It's work in progress.
Wait, which manual is this? We did a manual.
No, that the one on how to for listing and all that stuff.
Yeah.
It's work in progress.
Well,
never enough hours in a day.
We need employees that actually work their scheduled hours in a week. That's part of, when every employee takes a day off at least, or gets sick, or has a reason. Yeah, they take a half day off because they got a fart or burp. I don't know. All right. What we got going on? I do like the red. I'm going to be honest. I like the red. We saw Aaron and Dan with it the other day. They were wearing it.
Just do not wear it to the running of the bulls.
No. Cool Catherine's here. How's it going? I know Michigan. Sure I do. Sure. It's Michigan. Of course it is, bro. Yeah, you and me both.
There'll be one in October, and Papergoy will be there as well. We'll talk about that in the buy section. All right, everybody. Good to see everybody in. It's going to be a short show today. Not a lot going on out there. But everybody hopefully had some sales.
Oh, God.
Or not. How are your sales, given that Mr. Magazine just let the cat out of the bag about his?
Please. Well, if I have to say, eBay is either average or crappage.
Okay.
Especially Sunday. Wasn't it that last Sunday? One of my worst days since I think I've been on eBay in years. It was horrible.
How about Amazon or
Amazon's pretty steady. We picked up a few big toy collections, so we're pumping those out. So Amazon's not bad. Website's good. DVDs are good. Other than that, just eBay sucks overall. I expect more out of it because we have 200,000+ listings, but whatever.
How about everybody else out there? Let's see how everybody else's sales are going, and then I'll pound into mine. Rocking his red hoodie.
Man, nice. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Beautiful barbers here, like always. How's it going? Yep, that is the word of the day. Putrid.
Putrid. Yep. Sales have been good. Oh,
Wow, that's huge.
46.3% up.
So I think
Nice.
I'm down 30% on eBay. It's
Wow.
crazy.
9 sales the last 2 days. Today isn't over yet. Crazy. Most have had in months all on
Wow.
eBay.
Yeah.
Wow, Dan. Very good.
Good for you. Yeah.
You took my sales. Down 37% for Paper Time Machine.
Yep.
Okay.
Janet's in the house. How's it going?
eBay has been solid for me.
Wow, good for you.
There.
Well, I guess what are people selling? I guess because it could depend on what they're selling. Obviously, if Ephemera might be down for us, I'm definitely selling less magazines on eBay. I don't know if you are too, but it all depends. Clothing might be up, Rolexes might be up. Who knows?
Well, Amazon's okay. $1 Peddlers over on eBay sold 1 item. Etsy, I sold 2 items, so I'm not selling too much anywhere else. eBay, I did not have a good weekend, but I attribute some of that to my being in Allentown. I did not make offers to buyers. I came back home on Sunday. Now I left Friday noonish and noonan. I left Friday, so I didn't make any offers Friday afternoon on Saturday and morning of Sunday. I came back to 39 offers to be made. So I went and I made the offers. It was okay. Today has been brutal. I think I've sold 2 items, maybe 3 items today with 21,000 items up. It's been a brutal day today. Luckily, and I don't mean this, but luckily today was a brutal day at work because it was my first day back at work. And, I had Friday off, Monday off, Tuesday off. So I was running around like a chicken with my head cut off at my day job. So I didn't have to worry about packing a lot. So you got to always look on the bright side. Yeah. So it was a little bit tough over there. So eBay's not doing real well. Have not been moving much stuff on there on that. On the offers report, I only had 143 offers. Last week I had 147. Weeks before that I had 160-ish. So definitely a few fewer offers than before. But part of that might be because usually I'm around all weekend making the offers. I bet that I would have had more than 39 offers to make had I been there making the offers straight through.
Sure.
So 143, 50 of them were older. So a lot of the newer stuff, they seem to be pushing the older stuff a little more. And then the promoted listings, 23 out of 45 are promoted. So we're hovering right around 50% promoted. Seems to be pretty much where it is. 66% high, 42%. Wow, that's awesome.
That's pretty good.
Wish I could have those numbers.
Yeah, I want to know what you guys are selling. Not that I'm going to get into it, but
eBay. Discogs Etsy gives you 1 or 2 a week. Okay, and Mercari has been good. One of these days I'll get back on there. 2 sales today.
Sorry to hear that. Well, hopefully you get 20 more tonight, right? You never know.
You do never know. Yeah.
Janet B's up.
I don't only catch you live. Usually work. I'm laid up with a fractured.
Jeez.
Patella. Is that paella? I've had paella before. Oh, there's a T in there. Yeah. Fell in the equivalent of your thrift shop. Ouch.
Hopefully they had some good stuff for you to buy, make up for it.
Well, then you got an attorney and then you ended up, you thought you did really well, but you wound up with like $20,000 worth of merchandise.
Yeah, right.
If you read the boards, apparently eBay did something with their internal search recently to try and solve the low view sales issues people are having. Oh, all right. That's good to know.
All right.
They must be doing everything alphabetically, and you haven't come to P yet for Papergoy.
Lovely Linda's in the house. How's it going? Kelly, you are right. I do not want to sell postcards. Maybe Papergoy does, but even then, he's not going to sell a lot of them.
No, I've got up with Viv Stash Views, and I sell a couple a month. Do not sell very many.
Any postcards I get in, I give them to Papergoy, and I'm sure they're not good.
Wow, 2 items sold on eBay on Friday. There you go.
Thank God it was Friday, right?
There you go.
Yeah.
How about my excuse of the week is weather? Is it ever going to stop raining? Oh, my goodness gracious. The flea market opened in the drive-in, and first week was last weekend, and I was driving back from Allentown during it, and I said, well, it was a good week to miss because there was also the one down at the public market, and I said, oh, there'd be like probably 3 people set up at the whole thing because it was just nasty weather all day Sunday. It's been nasty weather. It was raining today. It's just been nasty. So
it's been rough.
It's been tough out there. So if your flea market's You got to hold off for a couple more weeks, I think.
Lucky Lee is in the house. How's it going?
How about any buys? Anybody out there buying anything?
Where do I begin? Well, I had 4 buys around the country.
Nice.
And awesome Aaron and Dan, they took care of it all in one foul swoop. I don't know, it was a 2-day event for them. They picked up 2 or 3 adult collections, and one collection was Papergoy's sister. She produced a big load for Aaron.
Nice. That's good to hear.
She did.
It's good to hear.
Good stuff. Old clothing, all kinds of movies and stuff like that. I was a little scared at first because they showed me a picture. The van was half full of her stuff. Or what was your aunt's stuff?
Yeah, right. Yep.
And I'm like, oh my God, it looks like a nightmare. Where am I going to store it? Because we have all this stuff coming in. And started going through it. I don't know much about it, but I'm going to learn about 1970s clothing, new with tags.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yep. It was one of those deals. My sister asked if I wanted a deal on it. And I said, I can't. I just don't have the room for it. And I know you've actually got the employees and all that. So I'll let you make some money off of it. So
appreciate that. Yeah. I'll throw you, a meal or something, just for being involved, whatever you want.
Nice.
All right.
Mid-70s.
Very jealous of that.
Oh.
So weather cannot be a factor where he's living. Weather can only be a factor for us, is what you're saying.
That's true. Well, his sales are up.
Yeah.
Happening this weekend in Virginia. Oh, Linda, next, you reach out to me. hello@papergoy.com. Next year, come April, because I will be retired at that point and I can actually do things like that. And my wife actually wants to see Virginia. So I'll say, hey, I got good news, bad news for you. The good news, you're going to see Virginia. The bad news, we're going to be schlepping 129 miles. We're going to walk.
Jeez, that sounds like a lot of fun. There's no one that's done the whole thing. There's no way.
Not walking.
Yeah, but even like going to every spot.
35 miles down, I'll go, here, run this back to the car.
Yeah.
Catch up with me. Somehow I think she'd run me over.
You got to rent like a golf cart.
I think she'd run me over about 2 miles down the road. Can't say as I blame her. So I ended up going to a book sale. And this is kind of important to you when you find out about events. Now, this doesn't apply to Mr. Magazine because he doesn't source the same way that a lot of us do. But when you find out about an event, put it in your phone. And the reason why is because there was a book sale and I had completely forgotten about it. And I was actually at the day job fortuitously in the same town that the book sale was in. And all of a sudden I get this thing on my calendar saying, book sale, 10 o'clock. And I said, hey, wait, it's 9:45. I'm in that town. I'm nearly done with what I have to do.
Yeah.
I can swing over there. If I had not put it in my phone, I would have completely forgotten about it. Another good tip to do is keep track. Now I have a little spreadsheet and I keep track of church sales, book sales, those things year after year. I bought this at this point. And then what I'll do is I'll take one day and just start looking and go, hey, come May, I always went to this church sale. And then I'll do a search. I'll be like, oh, that's coming up in 2 weeks. Oh, this library sale. Oh, that's coming up in 3 weeks. So it kind of reminds me to do searches for the sales that happen every single year as well. Then I put it in my phone and then I remember on that as well. Ended up spending $6 for 8 books. So nothing great, but you can't argue with that. There were there were about 3 or 4 different people doing the scanning over there though.
Oh, I'm sure.
So if you want, the ISBN books, stay away from them at those sales.
It's twice a year.
Allentown is, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Well, so is this book sale.
Okay.
Linda's giving away all my secrets. And then I went to Allentown. Met a few subscribers out there. Want to thank everybody out there.
You're not going to sing the song?
And we're living here in Allentown. No, I can't. That one. I can't keep any tune at all on that one. I was even less of a tune that I can keep.
Blew you right into that one.
You did. So met a few subscribers. Posted up on Instagram. Thank you. Actually met a surprise guest that's going to be in the haul video. It's on my phone right now. Random Neighborhood Kid has to pull it off the phone. Hopefully it's up by this coming Monday. If not, it'll be the following Monday. Mrs. Papergoy took a lot of shots, a lot of videos from the show. So that should be really good. You see a lot of the stuff that's out there. It's coming up again in October. And met a special guest out there that'll be, I did a quick couple of minute interview with as well.
The suspense is killing me.
Popeyes.
Oh, nice.
Really nice guy. It was actually pretty funny. I was standing there and all of a sudden I heard his voice talking to a dealer and I go, I know that voice. And sure enough, it was Popeyes. And I went up and I said, how you doing? And he goes, hey, hi, Dave. I go, I'm Papergoy. And I shook his hand. And he got a good laugh. We talked for a while, and then he's going to be on the channel as well, doing a little bit of an interview. So that was a lot of fun.
Sounds like he heard your voice and
he tried to run. Yeah, he
wanted to avoid you.
It was funny. He was like actually hiding under the table like this when I came by. It was weird. He must have dropped something.
All these postcards were fanned out, and he's like this.
He must have dropped something. But no, really nice guy. And I ended up spending $158 at the show. And we'll give you the haul video on what I bought out there as well. So some pretty interesting things, including the item of the week that I'll be showing a little bit later. So a lot of fun over there.
And Jackie Jackson house. How's it going?
Hey, Jackie Jack. We would appreciate it. Please do hit the like button. Definitely would appreciate that.
All right. Happy fun times is up. How's it going?
Oh, Amazon FBA. Should I start with the OG Amazon listing software or use a third party? We've never used the FBA. Have never used that primarily because of the things that we sell are such slow moving things. The storage fees would absolutely kill us.
Yeah, I'd be out.
Absolutely.
Maybe if I did records, 50,000 records 10 years ago, I would have filed for bankruptcy.
Yeah, right. Yep. So unfortunately, that's one area that we cannot help you. We always do FBM, but we sell long tail items. So that's why that ends up working for mostly long tail items. So that's why that ends up working.
I think I'd save $5,000 a month in warehouses, but I'd owe $50,000 a month in Amazon storing the stuff.
Very true. All right, glitch of the week. Well, you had a glitch. I don't know if you still
remember. No, I don't.
With postage
on
eBay.
Was there no postage? I couldn't do postage.
You couldn't do postage because it was only offering you PayPal.
That's right.
And you actually reached out to me and said, "Can you send me some money over to PayPal? I might need it. I'm going to try it later." And then you never called me for any money, so it must have been
I went to Amazon, printed it out, went back to eBay, and it was good to go.
Yep. So it wasn't even giving me the option to come out of your funds.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah. If I refreshed it, then it would come up, but then after like 30 minutes, it was good to go.
Okay. Good. I think I would say that one for last. There was a problem going on with photos over on eBay. I would adjust the photos, and every once in a while you crop it and you rotate it.
Yeah.
And every once in a while I'd hit save, and it would go right back to the way it originally was. There was no rhyme or reason to when that happened, but it was happening regularly for about 2 or 3 days. I'd say about every 5 auctions it would do, every 5 items I was listing, it would give me that problem. Monday morning or Friday morning, everything froze. I actually had time to do stuff. Everything was frozen. I couldn't send offers out. I couldn't do anything with item specifics. I just couldn't click on anything, but it was only eBay. Every other site was working well. And then that's the way it always works. You've actually got some time to do something, and that's when the site screws up.
Exactly.
Still a lot of problems. eBay mobile keeps showing I owe for items after I got paid for them. Won't show invoices or offers sent by seller. Oh, geez. Then I went to relist something. It said it can't load page. Something went wrong. Then I just reloaded the page and it worked fine. So that was a problem. But the winner this week, we have a new winner this week for Glitch of the Week.
Okay.
Believe it or not, it is YouTube.
Really?
It is YouTube. Now they didn't show up in email, but I'll take you backstage for a moment. When we're on our dashboard, there's an area there where we can see comments. And I hit on comments every once in a while to see if any comments have come in. 2 comments came in that I never got emails on. Just came in this morning.
Okay.
One was on a post. Check out our community page if you have not done so. I put up a funny thing and make a comment about it every single day. One was on a community post from 4 months ago.
Okay.
One was from a community post 1 year ago. Literally, Eric, who you see sometimes in the chat there, commented on a post 1 year ago. The comment was absolutely nowhere, and it just showed up today. So it took 1 year to show up.
It's crazy.
That the post office says, "Damn, that's fast." Couple of other things here. We're going to head on into item of the week, and this is an item that I ended up. And thank you to Local Mike for having this idea. This is an item that I actually bought at Allentown Paper Show. And it's got a little bit of a condition issue on it. but it was $1. And a lot of times when you have the opportunity to buy something like this for $1, you just buy it. You don't bother looking at it. And it's the Illustrated American magazine from June 1893. Now you'd pay $1 for that, right, Mr.
Sure,
Magazine?
I'd buy that for $1.
I actually get that. So I didn't really think anything about it because I paid $1 for it. And then when I got back to the hotel, I started looking through it. What does that say right there, Mr. Magazine?
The Borden murder trial. Lizzie Borden?
Lizzie Borden
Wow.
took an axe and gave her father 40 whacks. And when she saw what she done, she gave her father 41. It's right there. It is all about when Lizzie Borden and her murder trial from 1893, right after she was found not guilty. I can find no other magazines of this out there, and I can't really find anything else of it out there. I'm thinking it's got to be worth at least $125, somewhere or other like that,
Sure.
which isn't bad at all for $1. But you just never know what you're going to find in these magazines. Now, had I paid attention, it does say on the front cover here, the Borden murder trial. So it does mention that in there. But again, I didn't bother looking. I don't really want to go through magazines when I'm sitting out there. It's $1. I mean, big deal. So you just never know what you can find out there. It's kind of neat. And here's where, luckily, I was on vacation. I went down the rabbit hole of reading all about the trial because Mrs. Papergoy had not heard of Lizzie Borden. So then I was telling her about that. And she said, it's kind of a stupid song. I go, well, yeah, that's kind of the point. But she's like, how could she be innocent if she gave her? I go, it's just the kid's rhyme. But yeah, these kind of things are out there. Definitely are out there. I found this, a dealer sold this to me for $1. I guess that's the way you got to look at it.
Nice.
Pretty neat item right there.
Yeah. Very cool.
On that, and it'll be coming to eBay soon. $1 million. Yeah, but yeah, kind of neat out there. Couple of site changes going on. Discogs is increasing their sales fees from 8 to 9%.
Okay.
So they're asking for more money.
So you're going to own 10 cents more this year?
Hopefully. I just saw when I was listening over on $million.dollar.peddlers, there is a little checkbox down at the bottom where you can require instant payment on buy it now items. Did you know that? Have you seen that?
I did not see that.
I have not seen that before. I have not seen it on the Papergoy site, Papergoy eBay, but I did see it down on $million.dollar.peddlers. So there is the box there you can check or not check, where people will have to pay you right away if they buy something, buy it now. So I know they were talking about rolling that out. I do like the idea of it being a checkbox because those people that want to sell, want to get the money in right away can do so. If you're not that worried about it, you don't have to do so. So I think that was kind of interesting. Probably the big news this week was eBay international shipping. Now, I think you got some emails on it as well. They're transitioning everybody over to the new program they have out there. The big selling point that they have on it is that they will handle all international returns. And basically, they're more or less saying you're not going to have any returns on it. They're going to handle it all. You don't really have to worry about it. The way they're saying it, though.
Well, where's the item go?
That's the part that they didn't really explain. Because let's say that I tell you that I'm selling a PSA 8, 1959 Hank Aaron card.
Yeah.
And I send you, that might not be a good example because you send that through certification.
Yeah, right.
But if I tell you I'm selling you a ColecoVision that works, and then I send you a broken one.
Thank you for the reminder.
But if that happens, and here you are in the other country, and you get a broken one, or I tell you, I'm sending you this game, and then I don't put the game inside of the case.
Right.
There has to be recourse.
Yeah.
Now, will they eat it? Maybe they will for a little bit, and maybe they'll keep track of sellers. And
or even
if they,
a certain dollar point, over $100, maybe they have to return it. Low, they don't. I don't know.
It'll be interesting to see because unfortunately, there are people out there that scam, and if they're saying there's no returns, nothing to worry about, obviously that will be where some scammers in America will take advantage of people overseas, unfortunately, and ruin the program for everybody. So it'll be interesting to see exactly how they do it. How they've got it where you can report the buyer.
Yeah.
I wonder if they won't be keeping tabs on the seller. Apparently that seems to be, from what I've heard on a couple of different boards, Apparently Whatnot does that, and they don't really let you know, but if they've got too many times that you send things out and the postage isn't right and it gets adjusted where it costs them money type deal, or too many complaints, they can basically suspend you or kick you off the site. So you wonder if eBay doesn't have the same type thing, because there will be people out there scamming. There has to be recourse against the bad sellers, which there are some. So that'll be interesting to watch. Did get an email over here about Discogs has recently detected an increase in scammers in the marketplace, and we're taking action to address this issue. New sellers on Discogs will undergo a waiting period to reduce fraud attempts. So I thought that was kind of interesting, because they're not a major site, and if they're getting a lot of people trying to do fraud on them, makes you wonder what's going on eBay and Amazon as far as number of people trying to commit fraud. Should be interesting.
Crazy.
The pay now checkbox might work against you if you tend to sell multiple items the same. Get it with the fee for each. Yep. And that would be one reason why I would never turn that on myself. It doesn't fit in with my selling plan. But other people want to get paid right away for whatever reason. They want to get paid right away. You know, whether it's they just need the cash in right away, whether it's they don't want to sit there and deal with non-paying bidders. It could be they have an item up that's somewhat in demand, and one of their competition buys it, doesn't pay for it, and then sells their items off and keeps your item off the market for 4 days. These things can happen as well. Discogs will suspend you in a heartbeat. It's a love beat, and it's a great sensation. And then you're going to notice a change. We're not sure exactly what's going on, and this is news to Mr. Magazine. We uploaded our videos this past weekend. The normal studio shows we do, the Bolo every Saturday, and the Tuesday, Thursday shows. And Random Neighborhood Kid uploaded them. And I came down Monday morning, I believe it was, to a copyright claim on the song in our videos. So Strawberry, whatever it is, Wild Strawberries, whatever the song is we use at the beginning of our videos. Apparently, I think it was Sony. Don't quote me on that. Has begun to push copyright on that. So I'm like, oh, geez. So we've got 3 videos up that I went on YouTube and learned how to edit myself. So I did a little bit of editing.
Nice.
And I removed the song and the intro off of those 3. So you'll see 3 videos come up in like a week and a half that do not have the intro. I've been talking with the Random Neighborhood Kid about what we're going to do, what intro we're going to have. So you're going to see a new intro sometime soon.
How many intros you got that you got to change?
They appear to only be going after the 3 most recent. They don't appear to be going after the old stuff. If they do go after the old stuff, I know how to edit it. It's going to be a lot of work, but I know how to edit it. So it's my first step in editing. So I'm proud of myself, pat myself on the back here. But yeah, you'll definitely see a change. Don't know exactly what we're going to choose, what we're going to do. But I did want to let you know when you see where all of a sudden it abruptly starts with my great voice. That's the reason why we don't have our usual intro. It's just we got hit with a copyright claim. So it did not count against me, but we weren't able to monetize. So I took that out, and then we can monetize. So we can make the 88 cents.
They really catch everything.
Yeah. It's weird, though, because it was on a royalty-free list before.
Right.
There was no problem at all with it. I saw it on there. Was no problem. And now they're
maybe it just changed. That's why it's just those 3.
Maybe, yeah.
Wow.
Could be.
Crazy.
So you will see a change. Head on into Insulting Offer of the Week. So Mr. Magazine had a GQ CGC 9.2. Wow, that's actually hard to get on a magazine.
It is, yeah, especially a thick one like that. It's a big sucker.
With Michael Jordan on the cover.
Yep.
Asking $455. You got a $110 offer. Maybe if you took these offers, maybe you make more sales.
I had some good sales, yeah. It all ends up.
You had a Mickey Mantle JSA 9. Now I forget, was that a photo or a ball?
I think it's a photo.
JSA 9 photo. Asking $1,358.
Oh, that's a baseball. I'm sorry.
Oh, baseball. Okay. $1,358 on it. Someone offered you $250.
I mean, it costs like $100 to certify it. I mean, that's crazy.
He's not signing much anymore.
No.
I had an Ever Hot electrical brochure, Art Deco, $32. Guy offered $5 with free shipping. That got the band hammer. That definitely got the band hammer. I actually reached out to the gentleman before I band hammered him. Well, when I turned down his offer, I said, apparently my time is worth less than nothing because I'm actually losing money if I take your offer. And then I band hammered him. Then I had Sonic the Hedgehog original art. So this is one of a kind original art that I purchased at Heritage. $244 I'm asking on it. He offered me $60 with free shipping. My question is, who's going to take that? I mean, who would possibly? I
don't know. I was going to say, I don't know what you paid, but I'm assuming you paid more than that.
I paid more than that at Heritage. Yep, for a piece of original art. He got band hammered, by the way. You had a $40 Night and Day magazine. You got a $10 offer on it. Just give him props in the description. Okay,
cool.
I will look back on that there and check out what Kevin McLeod's got. Very good. Thank you.
Does YT stand for Young Thug? Because that's what you were talking about earlier today.
I was talking about Young Thug earlier today. Maybe we'll have him do a song for us. You know who should do a song for us? Cardi B. Yeah. Should definitely do a song for us. Right. We're her biggest fans. Yeah. And then I had a magazine for $24 I wanted on it to Cali. Guy offers me $8 with free shipping. So literally I would lose money on that one as well.
God, crazy.
That got band hammered as well. Actually, I have nothing down for customer issues. We didn't really have too many customer issues this week.
I have a UPS issue.
What's your UPS issue?
So the gentleman that bought all those decanters,
we
sold. I spent like $2,500 or more.
Oh wow!
Anyways, there was a box of 4, and we shipped them on all UPS. A box of 4.
Now, how many per box generally?
Usually 4.
Okay.
UPS lost it.
Oh,
it's been a month, 6 weeks, whatever it was, and the guy's been very nice and patient. We put the claim in. And then they wanted more information. No, they lost it, but they care what's inside it. So we said they were wild turkey. So, decanters of turkeys.
What if they thought they were really wild turkeys?
That could be. But they called twice regarding it. They said, we need to know a description. You can't get the claim unless you put a description in. Again, my sister talked to him twice. 4 turkeys, ceramic. We didn't say decanter. We just said ceramic turkeys. That's all they need to know, right? So
apparently not.
We just got a letter today saying we've been trying to contact you. We need more information on what's in the box, and we've closed the account because they haven't heard. They closed the claim. You lost our item. We paid extra for the insurance,
and you've been talking.
And we've been talking to them, so we're trying to get them to reopen it. But I mean, they used to be great with claims, especially for $200 years ago. You'd get that check in a week, And now I think the post office is easier to get the refunds. And that's crazy. Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy because the post office used to make you jump through 1,000 hoops.
So not hit because I had to refund the guy. He was very patient. I said, enough is enough. I'll refund you. We're still waiting.
It's a good point, John. That's a very good point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's a song about something being free because the crack costs money.
Yes, there is.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
I do know what you're talking about. I'm from the same generation. Royalty free doesn't mean it pertains to all countries. There's music out there royalty free in certain countries and not in others. Oh, okay. Thank you. Well, I'm gonna pen an original song. Oh. Trust me, nobody wanted to steal that song.
No.
Interesting other things. This is sort of a glitch, sort of whatever. So we're part of Amazon Associates, and we do appreciate anybody that uses our links to click through. It helps us out a little bit there. We must have your payment information. So right when you log into Amazon Associates, it says, we need your payment information to be able to distribute money to you. Then the next line is, please ignore if you've already submitted. And I'm like, what? And so I looked, and sure enough, it's got all my payment information. So apparently they're just telling everybody, oh, we need your payment information, and you can figure out whether or not. And this isn't exactly this, but this is kind of scary. Oh yeah, there you go.
We got to get the video of my wedding in Vegas where I sang a rap song. I did.
Nice.
EPMD, strictly business.
I grew up reading Word Up magazine. So then we're going to get into the main topic in a moment, but this is kind of scary actually. So I went the New York State Thruway to get over to Syracuse, and I went down to Allentown. Swing down, I was at 81 or whatever it is, and on in, and I took the Pennsylvania Turnpike, which also is part of Easy Pass.
Yeah.
And no problem. I've got the
transponder.
No, it's not, but there's a reason I'm telling you this. So I got the transponder and everything. No problems. I get home. your Easy Pass has been replenished, yada, yada, yada. Okay, no problem. The next day, I get an email from Shopify that your payment has not gone through because your credit card has expired.
Okay.
I said, oh, okay. Sure enough, my credit card expired at the end of April of 23.
Okay.
I just got the new credit card. It's April 27.
Yeah.
So I logged into Shopify. I updated the credit card information. Payment went through, no problem.
Okay.
I said, wait a minute. I think that's what I have on file with my Easy Pass through New York State.
Right.
How did that go through? So I finally logged into my Easy Pass account, first time in years. I logged into Easy Pass, and they had the new numbers in place. They had the new
automatically. How did they get it?
Exactly. So what I finally ended up doing is I did a whole bunch of search, and I finally found apparently Florida has an Easy Pass type system, Sun Pass or something like that. And in the frequently asked questions in the Florida Sun Pass, they're set up in Florida that they will reach out to your credit card provider and immediately get updates.
Wow.
So apparently New York State does the same thing. That's kind of scary.
I had an issue with my Amex years ago because I think I got the new card, but I was worried about because I had them on file for everything.
Yes.
But as long as it was the same card and the same information other than the number, they kept it on file and it was still coming out of that new account number.
See, and I think this changed. I think they changed my whatever CVV number, whatever it is. They changed that. Yeah. Somehow or other, New York State was able to get the right number.
Wow.
And that's kind of scary.
It is scary. Yeah.
It's kind of scary.
Yep. Super SMPs in the house. How's it going?
Your own open act till your jokes. Is this thing on? Yeah, that will never grow. That's what we can do. Every single video, I can tell a different bad joke at the beginning.
Take my wife, please take her.
Well, Rockford Files did that with the answering machine every week, so I could do that. All right, everybody's favorite time. We're running a little ahead. It's been a light week, so that's a positive here. We're gonna go into the main topic with the big reveal for Mr. Magazine. Now,
I know this.
You have no idea at all what it's going to be. I mentioned one thing. I wrote one thing down, which is a little bit different than I had in the thumbnail, but I'm going to bring this to Mr. Magazine and see what he thinks. I wrote down, it's a bad time to peddle middling. What do you think that means? And do you agree, Mr. Magazine?
Peddle middling.
Peddle middling.
Well, with sales being low, we're talking about sales now. And
right.
So like average run-of-the-mill crap. It's not a good time to sell average run-of-the-mill crap. That's what you're saying.
Yes.
Or is it?
I'm asking you, Mr. Magazine.
I would certainly sell. If we're referring to like common magazines, Time, whatever, I would sell them because I got an endless supply of them. So, or if it's if it's from 10 years ago, I'm going to sell it even for $5, move it out. If it's something fresh, a year or two, I'm certainly going to hold back or take a higher offer. But anything that's average and I've had it for a while, I don't care if sales are high or low. I'm moving it out just because I need money coming in and I got an endless supply of that type of stuff.
The reason why I came up with this as the topic is I went to Allentown in October and then I went in April. And the biggest difference I noticed between the two was this time in April, there were a lot of people with dollar tables. There were a lot of people with $2 tables. There were people with $5 tables. When I went in October, there were very few people with deep discount items. And my thought is these are dealers that are going around on the circuit, on the show circuit.
Yeah.
And I think what they figured out is the regular stuff isn't selling. The
like $5 and more,
$20 to $50 items, that stuff's well, that's not higher end. I mean, by higher end, I mean
compared to dollar stuff. Yeah, compared to dollar stuff. Yeah.
But the $20 to $50, and that kind of ties into when I went back a few months ago when I went to the comic show, talking to a bunch of dealers. They were saying their dollar boxes, things were flying out of their dollar boxes, and the high end stuff was selling. The the CGC 9.8 stuff, that the high end stuff was selling, but it's the stuff in the middle, the $40 to $100 items were not moving.
Well, think about it. Say there's $5 items, you can get 10 of them for 50, or you want one for 50.
And it kind of was eye-opening because it was completely different at Allentown this time. There actually were a lot of low priced, and I'm not talking junk. I'm not talking people who were selling junk. They had decent. I mean, obviously, I picked that up for $1 the item of the week. They had decent items up there for $1,
right?
And those seemed to be where everybody was standing at. Everybody was standing in front of the cheap stuff, going through it. Now, whether it was everybody loves a bargain, whether it was, hey, I'm here, I want to get a few things while I'm here.
Right.
I don't have $50 to go and buy something for my collection, but I certainly can buy 5 $1 items for my collection.
If sales are tight and things are tight and people have limited funds, maybe they went last year with $200. Now they're going with 50. They'd rather get 10 $5 items than 150. Who knows?
And I did ask a couple of dealers, and they said that their sales were, they weren't doing great. Nothing going great guns. They were somewhat disappointed with how their sales had been. Mm-hmm. And I will say, when I was there on Saturday, there was a good line when I first got there, Mrs. Papergoy and I went and ate some breakfast, and I went over at 9:30, strolled right in, literally no line whatsoever, 9:30. And it wasn't quite that, you could have thrown a bowling ball down the middle of the thing without hitting somebody, but it was close. Yeah. It was sparsely attended at like 11 o'clock in the morning. It really was. Whereas last time I was out there, it was busy the entire time. Wow. So it seemed to fewer people, and it seemed to people that were there were going for the cheap stuff, the $1 stuff, $2 stuff. Right. So it's just kind of interesting. And then my thought was, how does that affect you or me, Mr. Magazine, in our businesses?
I mean, that might be the reason sales are down. People want to, especially if something's common on there, like refer to Time Magazine, there might be 30 on eBay. And if you only have $5 to spend, you're not going to buy mine for 10 or 15. You're going to buy Joe Schmo's for $4.99 or somebody $7 free shipping or whatever the case may be.
Somebody undercutting definitely like that. Yeah. And then another thing that I found that was kind of interesting, I go over to Mr. Magazine's store every Monday morning, and I was over at his store, and one of the tasks that he makes me do,
it's really Sunday night. It's almost 12:30, 12:45.
Is, we call it deadbeats. I go through, and everybody gets 1 week to pay minimally. And so then what I do Monday morning is I look on the calendar, and 1 week earlier, anything from 1 week earlier and before, so you actually could get up to 13 days to pay if it all fell right. Right. I cancel the orders because buyer did not pay. I noticed this last week that there were a fair number of non-paying bidders that had a fair number of positives. A lot of times you'll see it, and you'll see someone with 0 positives. Okay, they just didn't follow through. Right. You'll see people with 8 positives. Okay, that happens. We're talking people with 500, 1,000, 1,200 positives that bought stuff and did not pay. And you'll see 1 to 2 of those a week. I would say I probably saw 6 of those this past week of yours. Yeah. So these are people that are established on eBay.
Higher price, lower price.
A couple of them were pretty good sized orders. One of them was a guy who bought like 10 items, and another one's got about like 6 items. Now, whether, and they've had anywhere from 7 to 13 days to pay for it. Sure. They have not reached out to you. I canceled the orders, and they haven't reached out to you afterwards.
Wow, crazy.
It makes you wonder what's going on in the greater economy. We're certainly not people that yell that the sky is falling. Yeah. But those are not positive signs. Right. And when you see the dealers just throwing the low end stuff out there, low end price stuff out there, just to move it to get some cash flow going in. When you see established buyers not paying, those are not positive trends by any means whatsoever. Buyers want quantity over quality nowadays. Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. Except, of course, the top end. But it also raises a question in my mind. We've talked about this any number of times. Mm-hmm. What has eBay corporate pivoted to? High-end watches, high-end bags, and that sort of luxury goods.
The sports cards,
high-end sports cards, high-end this, high-end that.
Sneakers.
If the bottom's falling out, which again, hopefully it doesn't, but if the bottom's falling out, how wise is that business decision?
Yeah, that's really going to fall out there.
Yeah,
at a higher level.
I mean, there's always going to be a few people that are always going to, money's no
Yeah.
matter. Obviously, if you're a billionaire, money's no matter.
Right.
But the other question is, if you're a billionaire, are you buying on eBay? Probably not.
No,
You probably have your dealers that you go to.
Yeah,
Now, those
right.
dealers might be buying.
You're
stuff
going to
that way.
Tiffany's Direct or Rolex Direct.
Or you've got your antique dealer that
Right.
you deal with, your art dealer, your
Right.
antique dealer that you say, here's what I'm interested in, or they
Sure.
pick things up along the way and curate them for you. And then you go, oh, yeah, this is nice.
Yeah.
You're not going, I'm pretty sure that Elon Musk isn't right now as we're speaking. He's not saying, I think I'm going to go on eBay and see what they got over there.
Yeah.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Sellers on eBay that use media mail for magazines. Yeah. My competition.
Exactly.
So kind of wonder if other people out there are seeing the same thing when they're out there. Again, it was kind of startling because it was such a change, and it definitely did catch me off guard, because one of the problems is I ended up buying some stuff that I wouldn't necessarily, I mean, it was a good deal, but I wouldn't have spent so much time at the person's table had I known that other people's tables had $1 and $2 items. I would have kind of done it on a second go round and gone back to that person's table.
Right.
Because, I was buying stuff for $5 to $8 that, I'm going to make money off it, but I would rather have hit the dollar table first.
Yeah.
Because who knows? I mean, I got that magazine there for $1. Who knows what walked off before I got to that table?
Oh, yeah.
Whereas had I just gone there immediately,
right. Yeah.
It's kind of, it's frightening. It really is. Because again, the $10 to $25 stuff might not be selling on eBay for a while. Now, obviously, if I've got the Time magazines and I'm selling them at $3 each, or the Hot Rod magazine at $3 each, yes, those are going to sell.
Yeah.
But you got to move a lot of stuff to make any money on that over there.
Exactly.
So kind of curious what everybody thinks.
Eccentric Eric's in the house. How's it going?
Eric, I mentioned you a little bit earlier how 2 comments you made, one from 4 months ago and one from 1 year ago, just showed up on YouTube. They won the glitch of the week. So wasn't that I was ignoring you for a year, although sometimes I'd like to, but just it never showed up. When one of the hottest shows on Netflix. Oh, yeah.
It is pretty exciting to watch. I mean, if you're into art, cards, and collectible and stuff, it's just amazing. Like the F1 Hamilton card, you got to watch that episode. It's just crazy. The money that these rich people are paying for this stuff. A card that's a year or 2 years old, costs $50 out of the pack, $1.5 million. It's crazy.
That is insane. But again, those people are dealing in rarefied air.
Right.
They're dealing in things that,
normally they'd buy stock for $1 million instead of going to buy a card, whatever.
And obviously I don't know, but I'm suspecting if you had $1.5 million, if you couldn't buy all of Allentown Paper Show, you could come pretty darn close to it, honestly.
Well, yeah, just the good stuff. And then they throw in all the dollar tables.
Until you get the one dealer counting them up. 1, 2, 3. People aren't going to eBay for extremely high. No, I would think not. And that's why I never saw the wisdom in that move anyway. How much did it cost for a dealer table? How to make money selling dollar items? Honestly, Brian, I don't know what it cost. However, the first time that I went there, the thing that really caught my attention is I did talk to Popeyes about this as well. I have never seen areas so big per dealer. And when we put up the haul video, you'll see they do have, I would say the average dealer would be able to put 8 tables into their spot. Whereas usually when you go to one of those shows, what do you get? 2 tables?
Yeah.
So a dealer spot would be able to get 8 tables in there. Yeah, they were huge spots. Yeah, I would say
that's cool. You get your
2,
money's worth.
4, maybe 9 tables, because they could probably do stuff across the back also.
So you could do a $1 table, a $2 table, a $3 table, a $4 table, a $5 table, a $6 table, a $7 table, an $8 table, and a $9 table.
Yes, you could. Thank you.
I can count. I'm getting silly. It's time to go.
My ASP for the last week is $11. Ooh, $11.70. Oh, we'll go back on that. He's giving his average sales price $11.78. My volume is averaging 20 sales a day since Friday. Yeah, and that would be. I'm thinking that probably the $11.78 is probably less than what it was before.
How about the guy who stock? He sells cheaper items, but is he selling more items?
That's actually a good question too. There's a gentleman that's my competition sort of, and he's local. I run into him from time to time at sales. He's selling more items than me, but I would say his average sales price with shipping is about $13. And he's doing well. He used to always sell about 50. He's selling 60 to 80 items a week right now. selling lower end things. So I think we're definitely trending toward lower end things because my sales numbers have decreased.
Yeah.
And I'm moving up and having higher price things. I don't think I want to do the swivel to selling lower priced items because that's a lot more work. And I did that years ago.
Oh, I would not start selling. Blow out the ones you have, fine, but I would not start selling them.
Yeah,
especially when you have all this.
Yeah, it's a lot of work for not a lot of return, honestly. And as a friend of mine mentioned years ago, you do the same amount of work for a $10 sale as you do for a $1,000 sale. Why not do the $1,000 sale?
Yeah,
a
absolutely.
little simplistic, but makes sense when you get down to it. I sold a $100 souvenir cruise ship today. I hope they play. There you go. 3 postcards over 20 in the past month and 1 regulars. I don't know if 20 plus stuff is hidden or people have stopped buying. Yeah. And again, I've got 21,000 items. And I think I've sold 3 today, and I've moved up the chain as far as price goes. And wrong time. I picked the wrong time to give up drinking. I went to a sale that I got to go to regular. Half price days seem to have approximately 20-25% fewer buyers.
Wow.
Storage fees, liquidation fees, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. Increasing recently based upon what you saw in Allentown. Wonder how much of that was direct to consumer driven. Yeah. It was, like I said, it was a different show this time than it was the previous show. eBay auction starting at 99 cents, 177, 172 bids. Most are in a $10 range currently. Yeah. So cool. I think what we're kind of coming to the consensus on is that the lower stuff is what's moving right now, for good or for bad. Take that as you want. We can either hold out where we're at. Might be a good time to run sales to get your price, if you're able to do so without giving stuff away, to get your price down to the $15 and under stuff. So if that means you got to run a 35% sale, maybe it's time to do that, as long as you've still got the room in your product to make the money.
Yeah.
Might be the time to do that, because that seems to be what's selling. Just generate some cash flow, know that you're going to be moving a lot of items, and just get the stuff out of there, because that seems to be what's selling, just based off of everything. Picked the wrong time to stop sniffing glue. Exactly. All right, everybody, we're shorter show today. I kind of knew we would. Keep commenting down there. We're going to turn it over to Mr. Magazine for the rambling story of the week.
So if anyone that knows me knows I can fall asleep anywhere. I've done it. I think I had that one rambling story where I fell asleep at a Lollapalooza concert under the 18-wheeler. I've fallen asleep at hockey games, right in front of the glass. Anywhere, anytime I can fall asleep. So,
now, do you think there might be an issue that maybe you're not getting enough sleep?
It's been like that my whole life. I'm used to it now. Anyways, let's go back 20 years, and all of us gentlemen here, we've had buddies that have gotten engaged and married, and we have gone to stag parties.
Okay.
Some you go to a hotel room, some you go to clubs. So we went to Canada and went to a club where they have female entertainers dancing. We got a little corner booth where there's a table, and our buddies are all hanging out, and there was an entertainer dancing on there, which is normal. And guys can tip $1, $2, whatever. Well, it was late in the evening. It was a long day, and I fell asleep right in front of this dancer. Well,
that is some compliment.
Guess what she did?
What did she do?
She slapped me very hard across my face and woke me up. Yes. So I didn't know what was going on, but you know what I did?
What did you do?
I threw her $20 and went back to sleep. Yeah, that's nice. What I did.
You are the life of a party. Right, I'll tell you right now.
Before and after I sleep, sure. But
wow.
I tried to keep that as PG rated as possible.
Nice. Wow.
Yeah,
all right.
That's all I got for
that
you.
One. That's a good one, though.
Yeah.
I'll see what the people are saying over there. Well, head on out. Thought maybe first class and media business policy had gotten messed up with the international shipping move. I created new policies and no watchers or sales. Oof. Don't call me Shirley. What's the factor, Victor?
You ever been to a Turkish prison? All right. Thank you. Appreciate that.
All right, everybody. Short day tonight. Spend the next 6 minutes with your loved ones. Some people, that's all they can take.
True.
Narcolepsy.
Could be.
Exactly. You do stay awake for all of us. So We do appreciate that.
Yeah.
I can't believe she slapped
you.
you.
Maybe she heard I like being slapped. I don't know.
All right, everybody, hit the like button if you could. Come on by Whatnot tomorrow, as a matter of fact, 4 p.m. A book sale, nice little book sale going on over there. Tuesday, Thursday, also on Whatnot, 4 o'clock. Next Tuesday's ephemera auction is up. Stop on by. We got the videos dropping on Tuesdays, Thursdays, also conveniently. Saturday's the Bolo video.
So don't call you then.
That would be a good time not to call me. Don't forget to hit the like button. Hit that like button like Mr. Magazine is sleeping at a club. We would definitely appreciate that.
Yeah.
And want to thank everybody for coming on by. And we will see. And that's a great way to end it. And we're going to ride off into the sunset. We'll see you next video.
Take care. Bye-bye.